Hello and welcome to the Grand Dabbler YouTube channel. Today we are going to be ranking all of the original 151 generation Pokemon, and we are not including any Mega Evolutions or anything like that. We are just going to be picking the very originals with the original artwork. So let's go. So right off the bat, Bulbasaur is my favourite of the three starters, and so I'm going to be putting him into A. Ivysaur can go into D. Venusaur for me is an A. Charmander, when I was a kid, was definitely my favourite, but as I've gotten older, I've stopped using him as much, so I'm going to put him into C. You can go into D2. One of the better middle stage starters. Charizard, of course, has that 4 times rock weakness, but in terms of like design, is pretty great. I'm gonna put him in B. Squirtle, I definitely enjoy, but not my favourite starter. I'm gonna put you in E. Wartortle, I definitely enjoy. I'm gonna put him with the other mid stages. I think they're all very even. Blastoise, I'm gonna put in A. I think it's the best final stage, in my opinion. But overall, my favourite line is the Bulbasaur line. Think gonna start quickly ranking a few of these. I absolutely love Caterpie. You can go and see Metapod E, Butterfree C. You I don't like as much as Caterpie. You can go in D. Kakuna, first F, I think. Beedrill, I've always loved the design of. You can go in B. Pidgey, E. Pidgeotto. I've just never been very excited about Pidgeotto. I'm going to put it in F. Pidgeot is going to go into E. I think it probably is about on par with the rest of them. Rattata, I like Rattata. I'm going to put it into D. Raticate, I've never been huge on. I'm going to put it into H. Spearow, I don't like as much as Pidgey. I'm gonna put it in F with Pidgey. No, I'm not. I'm gonna put it in F with Pidgeotto even. Yeah. Fearow is kind of cool. F for Fearow, I suppose. Ekans, I've always quite liked just because of the fact that it's a snake and that's cool. So B. Arbok. Yeah, I like the fact that it has like it sort of has that them regional variant type things with the patterns on its chest, but it's never been a very strong Pokemon. I'm gonna give it an E. Chunky Pikachu. So this is my favourite version of Pikachu, but it's never been my favourite just because of how overused it is and everything. So I'm going to place it into, see, Raichu. Raichu's quite cool. I'm going to put it in D. Sandshrew I've always quite liked, but I very rarely ever use it in the games. I think you're going into E. Sandslash, I've never really liked the evolution. I think it's a bit boring for me in a way, so I'm going to put you in G. The Nidoking and Nidoqueen families, it's okay. I think I'm going to put the first and second stages into G. And then Nidoking and Nidoqueen are obviously very strong, but I've never had the most interesting designs in my opinion. I'm going to put them into D. Clefairy, G for me. Clefable, I've never liked the design of personally. I'm going to put you into H. Vulpix, very cool Pokemon. You can go with Chunky Pikachu in C. Ninetales, yeah, about the same I think for me. Jigglypuff is kind of cool, but it is terrible in the games. F. Wigglytuff, probably one of my least favourite Pokemon, definitely from this generation. So I'm going to put it into I think. Zubat, I've always loved, especially in the later games when you can get Crobat, but in terms of Gen 1, I'd put it around a C. Golbat's never been my favourite. I certainly don't like it as much as the original Zubat design, so I'm going to put it into F. Oddish, it's okay. I'm going to put it into F. Gloom, I don't really know where to put Gloom. I don't think I've ever really used it in the games. I'm going to put it into H. Vileplume, again, yeah. Paris, I've always liked the concept of, with its, like, hosting mushrooms and things like that, so I'm going to put it into there. And Parasect is one of my favourite designs from this generation, but again, it's just not very good. Venonat, very cool. E for me. Venomoth, in terms of its design, is one of my favourites from this generation, but is not particularly strong in the games. I'm going to put it into a B. Diglett, yeah. D for Diglett, I think, for me. Dugtrio, I've never been a fan of. It's just 3 Digletts. H. This art of Meowth is pretty cool, but F for me. Persian. I like Persian. It's just a cat with a gem on its head, I suppose. E. Psyduck is... it's one that I'd never really used, but I always just liked how goofy it is. C for me. Golduck I've never particularly liked. I just don't think it fits with Psyduck. H for me. Where's this Machamp? Machamp's quite cool, but yeah. E. Mankey. Where do I put Mankey? Again, one that I very rarely use, but I think it's kind of alright. F, I think, for me. Primeape. Yeah, I don't really like Primeape. H. Growlithe. One of the most simplest designs in the whole region, but very, very good Pokemon, I think. B for me. And Arcanine. I mean, it is essentially a legendary Pokemon in Gen 1, so. And its design is pretty cool. It's just a big Growlithe, I suppose, so. I think it's the first S tier. Yeah. Poliwhirl. I enjoy Poliwhirl. I'm going to put it into B. Poliwrath. No, sorry, that's Politoed. This is Poliwrath. I don't like it as much as Politoed. And you can go into F. I think it's just a Poliwrath, but just not as cool. Don't know. I don't like his eyes. Abra. Love Abra. It's gonna go into B. We have Alakazam. No, we don't. You're gonna go into, yeah, same as Abra. Alakazam. I don't like the design. Obviously, it's one of the strongest Pokemon in the whole region. You're gonna go into D. Stop firing through these. Machop. D. I quite like Machop. U. No, not for me. G. Bellsprout. Good Pokemon, I guess, but it's a bit basic. You can go. I don't like you. You can go into G. You're a bit cooler, but again, probably about the same as Bellsprout. This is a very good Pokemon, but I very rarely use it. I think C. Beast. You're gonna go into A. Geodude. Yeah, it's okay. E. Golem. I don't like as much. No, Graveler even. Golem. I don't like as much as Graveler. Ponyta's cool. You can go into C. Rapidash. Bit boring design wise, but cool Pokemon. Slowpoke. You can go into F. Slowbro. I've never really liked Slowbro. You can go into H. Magneton. Very cool. You can go into B. Magnezone. Not Magnezone. You're. I'm getting a few. No, Magnemite. This is Magneton. And you can go into D. Similar situation with Dugtrio. It's just free of the same Pokemon. Farfetch'd is okay. Dugtrio. I don't think I've ever used this in game, but it's kind of cool. F. Dugtrio, I've definitely never used, but I get it's fairly strong, but I think there's just better flying types in Gen 1, so I'm going to put you in H. Seal is just silly. Never used it. Never used it. Grimer. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I'm going to put you with the likes of Raichu and Alakazam, I think. Seems about right. Muck. I don't like Muck. I think it's a big downgrade from evolving. Shelter. Never used again. It's okay. Cloyster. Good Pokemon, but I think it's better than Shelter. Ghastly. Yeah, I like Gas. I like the whole line. Haunter. You can go into B, and Gengar is an S tier. Absolute beast. Onyx is okay. You can go into G. Drowsy. I've used a few times in playthroughs, but not the best. You can go into F. Hypno, I've never really liked. G. Krabby, I love all crab Pokemon, they're just so cool. Krabby and Kingler. Yeah, see. The Pokeballs. You're okay. I like you a lot less. It kind of looks like you've got a beard. And it's just weird for a Pokemon to look like it's got a beard. The eggs. Very underrated Pokemon in my opinion. I quite like Execute. And Executor's a bit weird. It's like an egg tree. Well, it's like a coconut tree, but it kind of looks like an egg tree. I'm gonna put you in E. Cubone. You're cool. You've got a sad backstory. You're gonna go into C. Marowak, I think, is a downgrade. I've never been a huge fan. E. I always get these two mixed up. I think this is Hitmonlee. Oh, I quite like both of these. You can go into E. Big punchy boys. Lickitung. I'm sorry, but not for me. Coughing. I like its role in the anime. I don't think I've ever used it in game. I'm gonna put you in F. You're okay. I think you're a bit of a downgrade from Coughing. Rhyhorn, solid Pokemon. Very rarely use it, but again, it's okay. D. Sorry, that's Rhydon. This is Rhyhorn. You're quite cool, actually. I'm going to put you in a C. Chansey, I've always been quite a bit of a fan of. Obviously not very good to use in-game, but design-wise, it's quite cute and that. Tangela, you're kind of cool. C. Kangaskhan is a beast. You're going to go into A. Like you've got a little baby in your pouch. Horsey's design, I think, is one of my favourite. Like, it is just a seahorse, but there's a big difference from, like, seal, where it's just a seal. Like, seahorse is definitely a Pokemon, but it's kind of simplistic at the same time. You're going to go into A. Kingdra, you're cool. I don't think I've ever used you in game, but because I don't have any friends to trade with, but you can go into A. Cool design. Goldeen, it's okay. Seeking, I think, is a downgrade design-wise. Starmie, I get these confused. I think this is Starmie, isn't it? These are kind of cool. I think Staryu this is. I like it a bit better because it's just like 2 in 1. I prefer the colour scheme. Mr. Mime. Super underrated Pokemon in my opinion. I always love to use this in game, even though it's not particularly good. You're going to go into A. Cyver's a great Pokemon. Um, but again, the bug type is absolutely awful in Gen 1, so I'm going to put you into C. Jinx, definitely never use this in game, because it comes too late into the games, I think. And it's not very strong from what I remember using of it. So you're going to go into H. Electabuzz. Yeah, you can go into E. Magmar. I've always liked a bit less than its electric friend. So you're going to go there. Heracross here. One of my favourite Pokemon ever, to be honest, but the bug type is so bad in this generation that you're not going to go into S, but you're going to get an A just for the design alone. Tauros, super underrated Pokemon again. I like you, you're going to go into B. Wow, Magikarp. What do we say about you? You are terrible, but you become the beast himself, so you can go into F. Gyarados, obviously one of the coolest Pokemon ever, in my opinion. I love its origins, how it's based off the old story about the fish that jumped over the waterfall, and definitely look into that. Very cool Pokemon. Lapras, great Pokemon. Even though I very rarely ever use it, but good. Ditto, you're the gimmick one. You're okay. You got some good Pokemon cards, and yeah, about the same as that, I think. Eevee, one of the mascots of the whole series. Mascot Eevee itself is okay, but I prefer a lot of its evolutions. You're going to go into E. And we start my favourite evolution, Vaporeon. B for me. Jolteon, okay, not as good as Vaporeon. Flareon, probably the most basic of them all. Probably my least favourite. Still okay. You're going to go in the same one as Eevee, I think. Kind of just looks like Eevee on fire. So Porygon. Never used it in game, but I guess the concept of it's kind of cool. Omanyte. Yeah, cool. I love all fossil Pokemon. I just like the concept. So yeah, you're a bit. I don't like the design. Why this design wise? I prefer its pre-evolution. So, yeah, Kabuto. Um, there's always been something really creepy about his design that I've always loved, and so you're going to go into A. Kabutops, very cool. Just got literal big claws, so you're going to go into D. Yeah. Aerodactyl, one of the strongest Pokemon in Gen 1, I think, but doesn't have the best typing in the world. You're going to go into A. Snorlax. This is definitely up there with my favourites ever, to be honest. I just love his whole concept of him just like sleeping, being oblivious whilst everyone's trying to go about their business. So you're going to go there. The three legendary birds, you're going to go. Articuno is my favourite legendary bird. You're going to go into A. Zapdos, B for me. And my least favourite of the three would be Moltres. C seems about right. This line is obviously the pseudo legendary is very strong, but Dragonite I very rarely ever use. I don't like the design of it. I think it's a big downgrade from Dragonair. Dratini, very cool design. B, Dragonair. One of my favourite designs ever. But again, I just don't use it because of Dragonite, so A. Dragonite, F for me. I just don't like Dragonite. Mew. We're down to the last two, and we've got Mew or Mewtwo. Where do we place these? I think Mew is an A for me. Again, I like its concept that is essentially like the cell of every Pokemon ever. Very cool, but there is definitely better. And finally, Mewtwo. Stats wise, I believe the strongest Pokemon in Generation 1. Very cool design. But I don't like it as much as a lot of the A tier, so I think you're going in B. Right. Yeah. This for me is the completed tier list of all of Generation 1. Feel free to let me know in the comments what you disagree with, what you agree with, what you would change. But I think that's me done. Thank you for watching.